along with Daryl the Guru Johnson. 49ers against the Eagles. 125, Lincoln Field. It looks like it may rain. Looks like it may be a little bit chilly.
Man.
Well, what are you talking about? You got your excuse.
No, I love it. I'm getting mad. I didn't tell you last break. I don't make excuses.
I wanted the Cowboys. Oh my gosh. You know me.
But then Philly could have it would have been easier for Philly to lose this game. Now they're like,
I don't care. I wanted Philly, or I wanted the Cowboys to lose so bad last night.
I knew you did.
That I actually, when the Cowboys won the game, I was like, God.
But why? What?
Because you come in, because we spent 3 hours but Steiny, it's big for the Niners because if the Cowboys win and and that,
which
and
are
that,
facts.
and so, okay, yeah, the first of 7 things is now happening.
Okay, that was your thing. I thought about it. So you're telling me I did all this math and we can't get past phase 1.
Thank you, 925. 925 says you don't need to stash kickers. You did right, Steiny.
Debatable.
I also picked up
nobody cares. But go ahead, Evan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Goo, so
go ahead. I will go back to you.
But how do you feel about your head coach kicking a field goal on 4th and 3 with a minute 30 left to go up by
Steiny.
6 and almost blowing the game?
Dude, what are you, Steiny? Why?
Because it
did
worked.
Nothing for you.
Because it worked.
No, but the logic is.
How far did they drive on the following possession?
Seattle got down inside the red zone.
So in other words, they could have kicked a field goal and set it into overtime
Seattle got to
unless
about
the
40.
Cowboys kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
So in other words.
No, the game was a touchdown would have beat you.
Okay.
So that field goal essentially did nothing.
It did.
Make a touch.
So they couldn't.
Go ahead.
What it took away was driving down the field and kicking a game-tying field goal. What do you mean it did nothing?
They already scored 38 points. The offense was not getting stopped at all.
Your D was getting gashed, 335 yards.
Right, and you put them in a position where the only way they were going to lose was if they gave up a touchdown.
Which they did right before halftime.
They'd given up 5 touchdowns at that point in the game.
They did it, but an identical situation in half.
You know what?
I'm just, Steiny, what about the feel of the game? Your D's not. Listen, it's getting carved up.
What happened on the last possession?
They stopped him.
Okay.
But you do understand that's 50-50.
And you do understand that had they not kicked a field goal, that there was a chance that the Rams or the Seahawks could have done exactly what they did.
I get what you're saying.
Field goal, overtime.
Right.
So you took that off the table.
But what if you would have went for it and got the first? Talk to me, Daddy.
No.
It's over.
Right.
Okay, so why are you aggressive until when you really need to be aggressive?
Move. Mike McCarthy, great move.
No,
it's a great move.
It worked out for him.
That's right. It worked out.
He was getting killed. He was getting killed.
You know why?
Analytics say go for it.
Fans don't know what they're talking about.
No, the math.
No, it doesn't. I don't believe that.
Yeah. What about the math?
I actually don't believe that.
The math.
No, this is one of those, and I'm being serious now. I completely. That's totally fine.
Stop them at all.
They did though.
Okay, but the logic was they had your number. Seattle's offense had your number. So why would you trust that?
Because how about if a head coach says we're due to stop him?
Your offense was on fire. Why wouldn't you go for it?
You guys,
your offense is your defense, and you did them a favor by kicking a weak field goal.
And we won the game.
You lucked out.
They lucked out now.
Yeah, they did.
They lucked out.
They did. He might have been fired today had they went down and got that touchdown.
Please.
You go for it.
No, you don't.
In the game.
Guru, you can go for it.
Okay.
But that's not the right decision. It's one of 2 decisions. One makes some sense. The other makes some sense. Period.
I ain't mad at that. But my point is you're ignoring that they were gashing them. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. You don't
That's what I'm saying. Seattle was gashing them. I was like, oh, my gosh.
So what if McCarthy was like, you know what? They've been gashing us all night. We're due for a stop. We're due to get a stop. Because I know we have the best defense in football.
I have nothing for that.
I thought the Cowboys, even though they're having a bad game, have the best defense in football.
No, they don't.
See, this is what's
getting
wrong
gashed,
with everything.
Man. It's about a feel.
What's wrong with that? Right. And he felt right. They were up 3. He didn't want to put himself in a position where they could get a field goal to tie. He kicks a field goal and says, go ahead and try to. I know you scored 4 or 5 touchdowns on this.
Yeah.
I dare you to score another one with the chips all on the table, drive the length of the field, and go 75 yards.
And it worked out for him.
That's right.
But I would have went for the 4th and 3.
Why are you crying?
Because against a different team, if you use that same logic, if it's the Niners or Eagles or somebody, Detroit, they might have scored.
Good. I thought the Seahawks were good.
Yeah. Well, they were 1-4 and they're 1-3 in their last 4, Steiny. They couldn't do anything.
That was not.
I just couldn't. Why would you give them life? Now, you're assuming that they're not going to get the 4th and 3.
Well, and you're assuming you are.
Right.
Okay, so what if you don't?
They're backed up, and you can steal the same thing on the table. Stop them.
No. The same thing's not on the table because now a field goal sends it into overtime.
I understand that, but they would have got the ball at their own 15-yard line.
Okay.
So,
but they clearly drove.
You still got to have the faith.
But they drove the same amount.
Yeah, they got to 40.
Exactly. McCarthy playing chess.
God, I wish we had teams and we coached each other.
Oh my God.
I would run it up on you so bad.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's not even funny. Hoop.
That's
even
funny.
hoop.
I would Buddy Ryan to your Gilbride. Or who's the guy Buddy Ryan punched?
I don't know, but Guru go full Missoula.
Hey, no, Brian is who he is. We'd get into it in the handshake.
A lot of Cowboy fans disagreeing with you.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't do it
because you're wrong.
No.
Dude, he's getting 888. Oh wow, Zicky. I'm 0 for 19 in Zicky's world, but he says I think Steiny's right on this one.
Oh boy.
You know what? I wasn't even expecting to be right. I was just expecting to be combative.
Well, every blind squirrel finds
out. And Evan brought it up. Thanks, Evan. I wasn't even thinking about it because I had trouble sleeping, and I went in as soon as I heard it.
All right, 888-957-9570 is the number. 49ers, Eagles, Sunday, 125 in Philly. And the question is this, 49er fans, what's going to win you that game? What's the thing you're most confident about that's going to get you a W in Philadelphia on Sunday? And then if you're a little bit worried, what are you worried about? What are you worried about in terms of what might get you beat on Sunday? It's going to be the reason the Niners win. I think the most important aspect of this game, we've kind of been going back and forth on it. Mm-hmm. I think the most important aspect of this game is the 49ers offensive line and whether or not it can pass protect.
Wow.
I think if it can pass protect, the 49ers are going to score points.
Yeah, and mine is keeping Jalen Hurts in the pocket, keeping him contained. Like, Jalen can't have a big day, Steiny. And, I mean, I just think of Joe Burrow, who had the most success as a quarterback the Niners have faced this year, and he got out the pocket a couple of times. But that was elite arm talent on display. I know Chase Young wasn't here, but good God, here we go, man. The MVP right now, if you care about that, the leader supposedly is Jalen Hurts. Can you contain him? Because he has weaponry. I mean, he has Swift. I know their tight end is out, but he's got arguably 2 top 5 receivers in the game. What happened?
By the way, I've got some sources in Philly.
No way.
They're saying don't count Goddard out yet.
Well, that would be huge.
Not yet, they're saying. They're saying keep an eye on Goddard. Now, I'm not promising anything.
Look at stuff. Well, can you imagine if he played?
South Dakota tough.
Yeah.
Goo would get his teams hyped as hell, and Steiny would just stay calm and out-execute him.
Who's the author
We're going to kick this!
Strategy,
let's just stay in that 1-2-2 and make Guru make 18-footers, and it ain't happening.
Dude, isn't it though, Steiny? You're excited for this one.
I am. Yeah, absolutely.
I know. I can feel it.
Here's the thing, though. What is it about? Let me ask you. Can I put a rat on the table?
Yeah. Brought to you by Echo.
And this is a question. Like
Billy,
I think you're afraid to look yourself in the mirror and answer it. Be honest. Do you really like football, Goo, or do you really like partying on Sundays? Because I think it's for probably the latter. It's
by
not
myself.
Yeah, I know exactly, and I know
I don't like mixing the two.
I know what you like to do when you're alone.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is it really the game, or is it everything around the game?
Can I tell you something? It's after the game and what we do. But that's why I watch him again, just to see something you didn't see the first time. Steiny, I got to be honest. I don't like guys and gals who can go to the bar and watch the game.
Do you like?
It goes in the file. That ain't how I need to be alone.
Do you like
in here.
football or do you like drinking beer?
I don't like
that's
beer.
That's really the bottom line.
I don't like beer.
Don't you?
Nah.
You have one occasionally.
Well, yeah, just to stay away from going home. I mean, yeah. To prolong it. But, God, man, I can't wait.
Oh.
And I'm excited about the Pac-12 championship.
No, you're not.
Dude, Evans.
No, you're not.
Dude.
You're not. Don't do this. This is where my literal side comes in.
This is what really
You're really not.
Like Bonte, Shasky, Evans, Spadoni, I think they believe me. Dibs even. Willard. You don't believe me?
No.
But it hurts.
Well, that's because I know you better than those guys. I'm schnooker-proof. Spadoni, your boy LeBron James ought to be ashamed. That's all I'm going to say. Seth Joyner coming up in a half hour.
You follow him on Twitter?
No.
He says it like it is. Ain't no sugarcoat.
Oh, really?
What you do. He says it. He'll come in on Philly, on how they're playing, calls by the refs, all the stuff.